post on TikTok, and this person basically was rating their favorite makeup products from first, second and third, and I thought that was a really good idea. So I'm going to basically do the same. Kind of make this out to be like the makeup Olympics. Each category that I'm going to do, I'm going to give you my number one favorite product and what will come second and third. I'm not going to do every category because there are some categories, like say for example cream bronzer or powder blush, I just didn't have or don't have holy grails or favorites. So primer. My third favorite primer would definitely be the Laura Mercier Pure Canvas primer, and this is the illuminating one, and this provides like the most beautiful base prior to makeup application. It's even stunning on your skin alone. Just provides the skin with a really nice bit of hydration and moisture while having a wee bit of a glow. Like just a really nice healthy sheen. Like I don't know if you can notice the difference, but there's no glitter particles or anything. It's just a really lit from within glow. And then second, from Shea Glam, this is the Birthday Skin Primer. I am actually nearly done with this. The texture of it is kind of like a whipped gel. It kind of is like quite thick as well. But I just find that as you're massaging this into the skin, it nearly does break down, and it does create a really nice hydrating film on the skin. It does create a bit of a layer, but you just let it kind of sink a wee bit. I have noticed that I don't like to go on straight away with my foundation because it can maybe, I don't know, but that's what I mean. Like it is actually quite thick, but I suppose if you use less it would be okay. I just find that this actually just evens out my complexion, including minimizing the look of pores, moisturizing my skin, and just creating a blank canvas. I feel like this wee primer is also really versatile and really good in the fact that if you're somebody that you don't necessarily have any skin concerns when it comes to a primer or prepping your skin, but you're just wanting a wee bit of something, you're just wanting a wee bit of something to prep the skin before makeup application, this is really good because it's going to do nearly everything. Number one. Did you see it coming? Would you say this is a primer though? Like this is what I was thinking, but this is what I use it for. I not only use this as a primer and a prep for my skin before foundation and stuff, but I use this on its own. So it's so versatile and it's beautiful either way. But this is the Rimmel Multitasker Better Than Filters. It does say that it's a primer and highlighter and glow booster. It's basically like a 3-in-1, right? This just nearly does give your skin a filter. It's incredible. The color that I take is light medium, so it does kind of like match my tan, and it really does do a beautiful job of adding like nearly a filter effect and look to your skin while giving a wee bit of a tint, while also just the glow that this is gonna give. But you see what I mean? That illuminating glow is just absolutely beautiful. Like this on your skin on its own with a wee bit of concealer, just like maybe to spot conceal on your under eyes, it's flawless. It's absolutely flawless. I would highly recommend, if you haven't tried this, try it and thank me later. Foundation is a wee bit of a tricky one. So it would go, let me see, third would be the L'Oreal True Match. The second would be the NARS Natural Radiant Longwear Foundation, but I don't have that. And then my number one would be the Be Perfect Cosmetics. So that would be my first, second and third. So we're just going to work with what I have here. But of course in there is definitely the L'Oreal True Match. I've recently picked this up again. It's honestly such a fantastic foundation, and especially because it's from the drugstore, it is phenomenal. It's flawless. I would say it would actually be very, very similar to the Natural Radiant Longwear Foundation from NARS, only I think this might be a wee bit more liquidy and have more actual skincare benefits in it. But just in terms of how they actually look and perform and sit on the skin, coverage, etc., it's so good. You can make it look a wee more natural and fresh, or you can obviously build it up to the point where it actually is more full glam and full coverage while still feeling light and airy and fresh on the skin and never looking cakey. And my number one is of course like definitely my chroma cover from Be Perfect Cosmetics. If you do not love full coverage thick foundation, this isn't gonna be for you. But this is just me in a bottle. I absolutely love it, and I'll always love this foundation. Actually, it's probably one of the best foundations I think I've ever tried. I feel like maybe love it or hate it because it is such full coverage and because it is quite thick, but no, this is a good one. But it sits beautifully on the skin and it looks flawless. My skin, whenever I'm wearing this foundation, it looks like porcelain, like a literal filter on my skin. It definitely is a matte foundation. It definitely does dry down, but it doesn't dry down to the point where it's powdery or just hard to blend, or it just looks off. I would say it's more of like a satin matte, like a soft matte, let's just say, where your skin just looks buttery. It just looks spongy and buttery and velvet. Whereas with this one here, the L'Oreal True Match, I would say this is more of a satin matte. This foundation here is obviously a wee bit more silky. I would say probably due to the fact that this is more of a liquidy foundation, whereas this is more thick. So satin matte, soft matte, and they're both just as beautiful as each other. But if I had to pick one, oh, concealer was a tough one. H&B Cosmetics concealer, the Soft Focus Airbrush. This would definitely be in my top 3. And then, for obvious reasons, this was a tough one. This was tough. So we have the Collection Lasting Perfection Concealer and the She Glam Complexion Booster. Second runner-up is the Lasting Perfection Concealer. I recently repurchased this and again fell in love. It's such a fantastic concealer, and for the freaking price of this concealer, oh my goodness, this is just beautiful on the skin. I would say it would be very compatible with the H&B Cosmetics concealer. I'm not saying it's a dupe, it's not, but they're very, very similar. But this, for the price point, is just beautiful on the skin. Coverage is phenomenal, beautiful finish. The She Glam Complexion Booster. I've raved about this quite a few times now at this point, and if you haven't tried it, why not? Try this freaking concealer, god damn it. It's so good. And again, for the price point, this at the minute is probably my number one. Of course, this is my number one top concealer at the moment. Again, I'm going to say that if you do not like a thick full coverage concealer, this isn't for you. This isn't exactly for my clean gals. This is for my cake face, full beat, full coverage gals. And you'll absolutely love this. It is flawless and it is beautiful in the under eyes, the most flawless under eyes, I can assure you that. I quite like the packaging as well. It has the foam tip applicator. You just twist to release the product for such a, like, the formula isn't really that thick, but it kind of is as well. It just blends out like a dream. It blends out like a dream, and it is just absolutely flawless. It is the nicest concealer I think I've used in such a long time. Setting spray. My third favourite setting spray would definitely be from the Beauty Crop. This is the Wee Cherie Gel Phase Mist. Do let me know if you have oily skin. Have you tried this setting spray? Have you tried it? What do you think? Do you like it? Because I feel like because I have dry skin, I feel like that's why I love this setting spray, because it is quite hydrating and it does create a bit of a veil over the skin and a boost of hydration, whilst not only kind of like setting the makeup in place. I feel like it doesn't do the best job of like holding and setting your makeup in place and just making your makeup last longer. But I love it for the hydration that it gives my skin and the finish and the look that it gives my skin, because it's that dual phase and you obviously just kind of shake to really activate it, let's just say. It's quite glossy and hydrating. I feel like there's nearly a bit of an oil, I don't want to say oil slick, but I just feel like it gives my skin a bit of dew. Not overly dewy, but just nice. And then of course, my wee runner-up. This is the Studio London. Majority of these products are, I've actually just noticed, are like affordable. That's okay. Studio London UGU Setting Mist. This is honestly one of the nicest wee setting sprays. I use this all the time. If you watch my tutorials, you would know that. But this is the Feeling Peachy one. This is like a limited edition one or something, and it smells lush. It smells so nice. It smells like peach. Funny that. But no, this is so good. I find that this is just refreshing. It's just so refreshing on the skin. I feel like it doesn't actually like. So here's the thing. See, whenever it comes to setting sprays, I don't use setting sprays to prolong the longevity of my makeup. You best believe I'm wearing full coverage, long lasting products, and I'm setting my skin to last, to make my makeup last. I do not need setting sprays to make my makeup last, okay? But I use setting sprays to just refresh my skin, bounce my skin back, add a wee bit of hydration from the powders that I use, okay? So I feel like this is just like a really nice wee refresher, and it does a really good job of like soaking up any of the excess powders on my skin. And as I say, just bouncing my skin back. And for the price point, again, you just can't go wrong. My number one. This is a scent spray that I will always go back to, actually. Like since I tried it, I'll always repurchase it and I'll always go back to it. It's one of these scent sprays that I'll always just have in my collection. And it's the Super G Fix scent spray. I love this not only for the formula of it, fuck me, but the mister. Oh, that's another thing, like the mister in these are really nice as well. Not that that really matters, I suppose, but maybe it does. But I love the fact that this is in an aerosol can, like the Morphe setting spray. I absolutely love that as well, but it's just so easy. It's not a continuous mist like the Morphe one. You do have to just spritz it, you know, yourself. Peasant. Do you know what? You see everything I said about these setting sprays? Apply to this setting spray as well. We're going to break it up a wee bit and talk about some mascaras, and then we'll get back to some base products. I would say like my third overall favourite mascara would be one from Maybelline. I can't remember what it's called, but I can picture it in my head. Second is my What's Up Beauty Watch Me mascara. I love the wand in this because there's not much movement in it. I love a wand where there isn't a lot of flexibility in it because I love to really get in at the root and comb up. And I feel like if there's too much going on and flexibility and movement in the brush, it's kind of going against you, or like it's kind of going with you instead of against you. Does that make sense? Whereas with this wand as well, there's like two different combs on it. This bit of wand here at the top, I feel like that's really good to get like right in at the lower lash line. Like you can see, or can you see like the two different bristles of wands? Yeah. It's just a really good mascara for, I sometimes find that it's very hard to find a mascara that's actually good for top and bottom lashes, and this does such a good job, and it doesn't fleck, doesn't kind of crumble, doesn't smudge, and it just provides like a really nice like volume in at the root, and it does provide like length in my lashes as well. I love it so much. And the same with this one, which is my number one favorite mascara currently, my go-to, the Climax NARS mascara. It's funny how like all these wands are quite different actually, whereas this wand here is actually quite big, and it's nearly like, you know, like the Too Faced Bertha, it's just kind of like that hourglass shape, and it's fabulous. I definitely had to do cream blush. Maybe Mitchell blushes. I don't know if anybody else has noticed this, but I feel like you either love these or hate these. You see online, and especially TikTok, I see so many mixed reviews about the blushes from Maybe Mitchell, but I still feel that these are a cult favourite, and I have to say I love them. I love the colours of these. I even mix shades to kind of customise them, but I love these, and I love the formula as well. I think one issue that people maybe don't like about them is if they're quick drying, whereas I don't mind that actually. I don't like blushes that stay glossy and dewy on the skin. I kind of like my cream blushes to kind of have like a soft matte or like a satin matte look to them. So I have the shades here: Peach Sugar, Snatchful, and Shy Boy. I'll swatch Shy Boy, but I love the formula of these. They're kind of like a whipped cream nearly, and they do have like a satiny matte finish and formulation to them. But I just love the formula of these. I feel like I love how they dry down. They last so well on me. I don't find that they're patchy on me at all. I would definitely be happy enough using these blushes, these cream blushes, for the rest of my life, honestly. If every other brand stopped doing cream blushes. And then second My Refine. I love these Refine cream blushes. I need to buy more. It's well loved. It's a bit of a shit show at the minute. I had to scrape the outer corners and bring it all into the middle. These are just really nicely pigmented. They are a wee bit more creamy and glossy and dewy and finish than the Made by Mitchell blushes, but they're still just as nice. So you can definitely see there's a big difference in pigmentation, but these blushes are really easy to build up as well. So are these actually, but I find that with these blushes here, like it's just nice to be able to have a wee kiss of colour, just a wee flush, or you can build them up to being quite intense, and that doesn't affect how it looks in the skin, how it sits, how it wears. It doesn't affect what's underlying the skin, like the foundation or anything. They're just overall great wee cream blushes, and I love the shades. Like this peachy shade here, like I know it does look quite pale, but on the skin it does look lovely, and it's very complimentary, and the formula is lovely. Sheila. These are definitely like my favourite in terms of formula. Just like the Made by Mitchell, I want to say that the formula is actually very similar in terms of the consistency, like a whipped cream, like a liquidy whipped cream, if that makes any sense. But you see that pigment straight away, and these blend like a dream on the skin. They can be quite sheer, don't get me wrong, but they're quite versatile that way. So you can say, like I was saying with these blushes here, you can have a nice wee flush of colour, or you can build it up. So that shade that I swatched there was Torrid, and then this is Float On. This is a paler shade that I wouldn't really gravitate towards, to be honest. The other shades that I have are actually done. I've actually went through them, so they're actually in my yearly makeup empties. You can kind of see it a wee bit, but because I'm so orange with fake tan, you can't really. But no, these look beautiful on this skin. They just fly and blend like butter, and they're seamless. They're absolutely gorgeous, and they have so many like beautiful shades on the website as well. You cannot go wrong with these wee blushes for the price point in terms of how they actually apply on the skin, how they look, the finish, and how they last and wear on the skin. This was easy. This was very easy with powders, loose powders I mean, but it was hard to kind of rank them. I would honestly say that these three powders, the Coty Airspun, the Trigwell Cosmetics, and the Katie Daly from Be Perfect, I would say that these all would get the golds. These are all my number ones. But if I genuinely was to put them first, second, and third, I would definitely have to put the Coty Airspun in third. It's an OG. This is a powder that I'm always going to have in my collection, no matter what. It is very matte though, and it can be quite drying, but that's where your setting sprays come in. Whereas this powder here, the Katie Daly from Be Perfect Cosmetics, yes, it's matte, but it gives kind of like a natural finish to the skin. Like it gives a very subtle kiss of sheen, like a natural sheen to the skin. It's very hard to describe. If I cannot open it up, like you can definitely see that there's, I don't want to say glitter in it, but you can definitely see that there is a wee bit of a sheen. I wonder would I be able to show you what shade is this? Vanilla. And then if I just kind of blend, like, can you see that there's like a natural, probably not sachet? Don't mind my fake tan, by the way. Jesus Christ. Can you see that there's a bit of a natural glow and sheen to my skin where I applied that powder? So it's going to give that beautiful look to your skin. So not only is it going to set really well, it's going to prevent creasing and everything. It's going to give the most beautiful, like natural finish to the skin as well. And then my number one, so this is just like my current ultimate favourite powder at the minute, and do you know what, I'm actually nearly done. I just have the tiniest wee bit of this left, and this is the Trigwell Cosmetics setting powder. They have so many shades in this. I was on actually wanting to buy this the other night on TikTok shop, and I don't know why I didn't. I do that all the time. I'll just go on to websites, I'll just add things to my basket and not check out. Like, see, my basket on TikTok shop is disgusting, it's ridiculous. I just need to check out. But yeah, I noticed whenever I was going on to buy this our night that they have so many shades in this actually, and I think I actually put a couple of shades in my basket just like try the other ones, you know. But this is so good. This is so good. Hold on. Oh my god. Oh. I swear Kyle has literally just texted me saying, do you want a takeaway tonight? Fuck yeah. I'm not exactly gonna be like, oh no, it's fine, I'll cook. I was just really surprised by this powder. It just creates such a smoothing, filter-like effect to my under eyes without them looking too cakey and dry and powdery. It is beautiful. It's so good. I'll try. Yeah, I'll like list and link like all of these products like down below in the description box for you if you want to go and check them out. And I see it's in my next one.